don't know me doing this, I like analyzing my viewers' content. Like, it offers up for anyone if they want my critique, and it's more than just Junkrat. It's general, just Overwatch gaming.
Second floor, top right.
But what I usually do not talk about much. That was good. Is aiming. Aiming will come in time. I don't believe that's a valid critique. Don't worry about it. I also don't worry too much about class picks unless you specifically ask, what can I do to, like, if you're interested in constantly changing class and whatnot.
They rest.
Alright. That's a good maneuver. That's definitely something I would do. I'm glad you're resetting your traps a lot. Just remember the explosion distance of mine is greater than Genji's deflect box, so you can actually detonate it outside of his deflect range and kill him.
My ultimate is charging. Quit standing around and get on the point.
Nice triple. Let you do drawing mates notes for YouTube videos, aka VODs, and then post it up for public viewing. Interesting. I will take a look into that. Alright, you got a weird trap there, whatever. It's coming down. Alright, you're doing my thing. Yeah, I like this.
Harambe on the point.
Alright.
Harambe on our Junkrat.
That got their mercy too, right? Also, I like those.
They got on a second floor.
I approve of your use on mines. Except that one that missed. Using your mine just to break up the action, to get out of a situation, even if it just pops you up a little bit. Alright, and you're worrying about... I like that. Yep, worry about top. Because top has a backsplash, a back panel, whatever you want to call it, a wall behind them. It's good to shoot at them first. Except for the windows, obviously. You got a second chance to hit them when your grenades bounce off. I would definitely get into your little perch right about now, which is what you want to do. Yep. Yep, you can set a trap there if they got vertical distance scalers. Like a Genji, Hanzo, Widow, Diva. Winston usually won't come through there, but it's possible.
Genji's on the second floor left side. One hit.
This is good. It's really hard. Yeah. So, I haven't played Hanamura in a bit, especially since Soldier got super popular. I don't know how easy it's going to be to hold that top area with Soldier in the game now. Especially with his ult. Got cut on the fence. Alright, man. So one rule I do have with that perch, and I'm talking about this just because this is kind of a big strategy for me. You need to maintain the same distance your team does on the opposite perch. So if your team falls down off the stairway, get out of that perch. For the exact reasons that you had, that you died to. Once they took the high ground, they can kill you. Watch your right side. Yep.
Genji behind us. I'm knocked down.
Alright, you got the Genji. Good. You got the fucking raise. That's good to burn it this early, though. And I like how you're so heavily contesting this. I mean, your team's there with you, but this is the one spot where Junkrat, if people want to push through a small choke such as this, then it's their own funeral. Yeah, kill him. Yep, good job.
Sorry, low health. Sorry, low health.
Alright, your team's doing good. So from your play so far, the overall theme is it's pretty chaotic. And that may just because of the match. That may be because of whenever you get alive, like they're still attacking. Everything seems a little bit rushed. And here you are, here you're doing a good job. And this is like trying to establish the front again. All right, good. You got him with that. Yep. Good. That's all you needed to do. Yep, perfect. That's the thing. You want to hold the high ground, but if you get contested, just fall down. Like you can jump back up there. But yeah, it was a bit hectic, and I think that's just because of the speed of the match. It wasn't your fault. I personally, in Overwatch, I favor
last time.
when two teams establish their lines. This is the kind of situation I want more often than not. Right? Where people are poking, they're getting ready for their, to rush the point, to attack all at once. When you're in the scramble phase, I call it, when everyone is just fucking everywhere, and like it's just every man for himself, and there are no lines, right? I always try to make order out of that. The right side of my screen is freaking the fuck out. Yeah, this is a solo queue. How to do cleat engages in it? I think maybe a diamond it's harder. I would agree. I think I am biased because of master and grandmaster level play, where mostly everyone does this, where they group up, they try to get picks for a bit, try to build alts, and if an opening opens, they go in. I take that for granted, I believe. And it's something I shouldn't. Obviously. The Junkrat on offense, always trickier than defense. So let's see how you do this. Said this part is rough. I mean, you got up to that dinosaur, which is really dope. It's a hard dinosaur to get to, but if you can pull off the dinosaur jump, like, more power to you. Yep.
Genji behind.
Yeah, you needed to use your mind there. Details, though. Not too overall impacting of the state of the game. All right, I like putting the trap there, just seeing what you can get.
Genji's behind.
Now the problem here with it being on offense. Oh, that Genji's fucking everything up. Good. Yeah, you shot him. Shot him right in the face. The problem with offense, or attacking... Okay, here you go. You're going for the double jump, aren't you? The problem with offense, before I say it like a fourth fucking time, you need information on what's going on. Ooh, you survived it. That was close.
Reinhardt, you're blocked off.
Alright, you died, but that's alright. He ulted for you, it seemed, which is if your team can push in here, that's a good trade. And that's exactly what I use that method for when I double jump up to the roof. I call this stirring the pot. And what I mean by that is that most people are like me, where they like it where there's two fronts. And as long as these two fronts stay, usually the defense can win. Or defense has the advantage. And in this case, like, I double jump over to this flank. And I just... Either I do damage, or I cause someone to look this way, cause someone to look that way. And whatever I do, I just break this stalemate. I do whatever I can to break it. Even if you die, just do something to break it.
You might as well grab it on Surge. See if you can get that man. And then we can take the point.
Where's the people?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to make space.
So the Mei's a big issue right here. The Genji's annoying as shit.
Genji already.
Yeah, this guy's just fucking freestyling on you. He's parkouring all over everyone's face. Second time you missed it. At this point, your time's low, and you need to just to get in there. I would just do a single bomb jump. Just do what you can to get in there and cause some havoc. Oh, and they got a mercy. Oh, it sucks, man. Why can't Soldier hit the Genji? Because it's Diamond. That's why. So I wouldn't worry. I would go in now if I was you. So I have a lot of rules that you guys hear me talk about when I play Overwatch. Like, oh, do X and do Y. But you have to understand, when there's no time left, a lot of these rules go to shit. Alright, to get... Yeah. Let's see if you guys get... Do you guys get this? It's looking promising. You got 3 tanks on the point. It's overtime, so their spawns are going to be delayed. Yeah, Mind Jump is a little rough there. Yes, Zeno, that's a good way to do it. Alright, good, you got the point. So that's, Zeno, that's basically what I do to stir the pot, right? I do something to break up the monotony of the 2 lines being formed. Alright, that's good. Out of your Cankle. Who gives a fuck if you're on. So yeah, stirring the pot, just causing some sort of commotion to break up the stalemate. And the stalemate gets extremely difficult when Mei's around, because she can just choke the point. Or I should say, block the choke. Yeah, so your team's not even formed up. You really can't do much here. And it's really difficult to poke in this top right situation. You can't do much. Alone, that is. Thinking about going top left. It's going to be difficult because they have a Genji, and he can traverse the terrain very easily. So wherever you go, you're going to be contested by a Genji, no matter what. Especially, this Genji's super cocky. Like, he's just trying to style on everyone. So he's definitely going to be aggressive and in your face. So you got 2 picks, or they got 2 picks, so you should back off. Okay, yeah, you're keeping good distance. This isn't terrible. Now they got 2 more picks. Yeah, this is just diamond level play. Is your team just not doing anything? I guess I have to figure out what your team's doing, but you're not looking around too much. It looks like you guys aren't... You have no interest in pushing top, which is fine. That going down mid is a viable strategy, no doubt about that. Oh, that Genji's right behind you. Yeah, there he is. And you guys trade again. So, already out. Okay, so I see your team, and they're in the top right. You definitely need to be watching what your team's doing. Like, I don't mind. I don't mind you putting pressure, shooting on the point like that. I get that. All right, they're ulting. They got 2 picks.
30 seconds remaining.
Trap. Yep. Oh, you had a detonation there. You could have got him with. Yeah, you need to be wary of what your team's doing. And right now, that's what I get out of this video. At least on this attacking session. Good. You got that son of a bitch. You got your Winston though. He should be coming right towards you. A little bit. Stay on the Reinhardt. Here. Have to get on there. I mean, that was a stylish dodge. Not gonna lie. I mean, oh shit, my power on.
Final score. 1-1.
What is this? What are you talking for? Talking.
Play of the match.
Okay, so you're on your attacking round.
I've got you in.
Here, let's just pause it for a second. So the dodge was dope. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, but when you were attacking, all right, when you were attacking, let's talk about the double jump for a second. Drawing time. There's the opening. There's the opening. Here's that window, and like here's the roof. They got a soldier here, and I think the Mercy was up here too a lot of the time. The Mei was back here, and Zarya Reinhardt, from what I could grasp. I forgot what the other ones. I didn't give a fuck about the other ones. So what Mei does is most of the time people drop a DPS for Mei. And what this does is Mei becomes this valve, if you will. And the point of Mei is to let a couple heroes in, block it off, and because they have lost a DPS, their less damage can kill off these lower numbers of people, and they stop the push completely just by cutting off a small number. The Mei is usually a key to a defense if she's ran. Because of this, because they have a lower damage output, and they use the Mei to essentially allow a couple units in. She controls the flow of battle. So Mei's your biggest issue. Now with the double jump, I think you're focusing too much on the double jump. You were here so many times, you waited, because to get both mines, you gotta wait 14 seconds, right? Well, it'd be like 9, right? You throw it down, you wait 8 seconds. You go here, you jump from here to in here, you jump from there to up there. I think you're valuing this little. This is a gimmick. All right, it's a trick. We'll watch more of the video. Yeah. I don't know about the whole video, but we'll watch one more. So, we really everyone in my chat needs to know about this. When you guys see me do this double jump, you're focusing on the double jump. The double jump is just something I can do because of the skills I've acquired as Junkrat. It in itself is a gimmick, right? It's a little trick. If they catch you, if they know about it, they catch you, you're toast. They're gonna get you every time. But I use this just as a way to get in, and it's not necessarily needed all the time. You can just do a single mine jump and accomplish the same thing. You know, you do a single mine jump, you do a trap here, and then you shoot down essentially what is this alleyway, because like there's that house right here. When you're here, this becomes an alleyway, right? Everyone says, "Oh, Junkrat's good on choke points." This is a fucking choke point, right? Right here, this whole thing. This is a choke point as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they can move backwards to get out of the way, but they're not doing that because they're looking back. They're looking all down this way. Right? Everyone's looking that way. And you're shooting straight down that has a chance to hit 3 of them. That's what this double jump is about. This double jump or this single jump through here is about just getting a position to disrupt this. You're focusing on the jump instead of the underlying skill, which is position to disrupt this. Disrupt this. You don't need to do the double jump to disrupt this. You can do other things. So don't focus on the jump so much. This happens with a lot of skills and a lot of things in Overwatch. People will see someone do some cool trick where like a Pharah like bursts this way and like rocket jumps over here and hits something over here, and then she's in this position and she just rains hell down on everyone. And everyone's like, I have to learn this exact maneuver. So they learn this skill and this skill and this skill and this skill. And like when it doesn't work, they don't know what the fuck to do. It's because you're focusing on the act in itself instead of what it represents. What it represents is some guy with Pharah, and he's mastered her to a point that he can just maneuver her as he sees fits. And it's his ability of maneuvering that is actually giving him the position. Not the stupid X plus Y plus Z is the technique. It's a big fact to focus on the underlying skills and not the actual technique itself. So on attack, this was one of your big things. You're focusing too much on the gimmick and not the underlying skills. Secondly, when you were spamming the point, right? Here's that little bridge. Here's the point. That little room. Go that way. There's the staircase. You were just here, and you're just spamming on point, and it looked like you're doing that to gain ult percentage. But you did it for an obscene amount of time. I could barely hear what you were saying in mic, but you weren't really... I couldn't hear too much talking. You were absolutely... You knew where they were. Well, you knew where some of them they were. Yeah, you knew where 3 of them were. 2 to 3. Because of this. You had sight on this. And that's why I don't mind you putting pressure on this directly, because it keeps them here and it keeps them busy, and it keeps you from having information on 2 or 3 of them. But there's 12 people in the game. You have information on 4, right? The 2 or 3 people here, and then you as 1. You did not know what your team was doing the entire time. You were way too tunnel visioned here. It's okay to take a couple pot shots, but look around. See what the state of the game is. See what's going on. Where's your team? Are they flanking this way? Are they doing something weird and flanking this way? Are they May-walling up into a window somehow? I think that covers the second point. There's nothing else to critique, really. Don't care about class combinations. Don't care about how you guys attacked. I care about how you understood the state of the game, which was you didn't. Yeah. But this act in itself of pressuring a point, that act is okay. But do it sparingly. Make sure it doesn't make it a detriment to your other skills of the game, which is information gathering. You need to look every way. So, on attack... fuck. It's still going to be info gathering. Fuck, that's a long word I can't do with my mouth. Information gath. So I told Xeno this, and like my battle theory for all games is information leads to logistics. Fucking words. Leads to position. Leads to action. This works in Dota, League, whatever you want. Basically, and it's built like a pyramid, with action being the top, information being the bottom one, the most important. Attacking information gathering was your biggest hindrance. You made moves, but you made them blindly. I think if you had more information on the first point, since you were up here, here's that wall again. You were up here and you're bouncing shots like this. That entire time, you had no idea what was behind this wall. All you knew was this Genji was jumping on your entire team. You inhibited your information. So as far as I'm concerned, you didn't have this. And your entire that compromises everything. What you were doing is you're focusing on logistics and position. Well, no, you weren't even focusing on position. You're focusing too much on logistics of getting where you needed to go. You were just trying to go places, and this is why this is a gimmick. You were just worried about how to get somewhere. You had no fucking clue why you were doing it. You had no fucking clue where you needed to be, really. Like it, and you had no information. You were going in blind there. Information's the most important thing you can have. So even if you just like peek around the corner, and then you would see like, all right, there's a soldier and a mercy there. The Ana's in the low ground. The Mei and the 2 tanks are here, and they got another DPS over here. Then you're like, all right, now when I go over this wall, there's gonna be a soldier. Do I fight the soldier? Do I ignore him? Can I take him in this scenario? Does he have a support? These are all really big things to consider. It's not that going in blind is bad. Sometimes you have to take that leap of faith, but oh, son of a bitch. Undo. Oh, thank God, it's back. Sometimes you have to take the leap of faith, but avoid it. And then while attacking the second point, this was your same issue as well, information gathering. On defense, it's difficult to gather information because you're stuck on the point, right? You need to maintain. At that point, position is more important than information. The terrain advantage. The terrain advantage is key on defense. So you can't give up your positioning advantage to gather information, which is fine. And like I said, the game was a bit chaotic, but I think that was the state of the game and not your play. It was just a chaotic game. There's nothing much you could have done about it. I think you did the best you could. You tried to silence what variables you could, and that makes it simpler for everyone else. So I don't really have any too much critiques on defense, but your offense, calm down. Look around, breathe, figure stuff out. When you have good information, the game just seems a lot easier. Because then you're like, oh, I can't go to X because Y is in the way. Right? It just makes everything so much easier. Good information. This is key. This is why, believe it or not, this is why you guys watch me. I know you think it's because of my mechanical skill and like me being Junkrat and killing people with a class that seems less skilled. But it's actually because of my information gathering. And that's why I can play other classes and you'll see me do weird stuff. You're like, why did you do that? How did you know he was there? I can tell. But yeah. Information gathering. Defense, keep the terrain advantage. Don't worry about information gathering as much. And like that's the big this is the game you get flamed for being Junkrat. Unfortunately, Salty tilted me, responds to them. Okay, no matter what I say, guys, no matter what I say is important, mindset is fucking number one. Don't get salty. Don't get upset. You have like 7 seconds after every death to think about why you lost or why you died. And it may be something like, oh, the guy was better than me. You have to accept that. You're not the best, right? Personal story. When I realized I didn't have the biggest dick. Yeah, fuck, I know, guys. You're telling me. Saying, what, Chro? You don't nut the biggest dick? Yeah, I don't. I don't, guys. It happened in Vegas. And it happened at the craps tables. And I was winning craps, boys. I was up like $700. And I had $25 tokens on all the fucking spots. And I was rocking it. And I took it all off. I was like, alright, I'm taking a calculated risk, take everything off the table. Guy craps out, hits a 7. I was like, fuck, I'm a genius. Then this old guy comes up. This fucking old guy. And he drops $10,000 on the table. And they put it all in chips. And I was like, fuck. You know what? And then he put $100K or $100 on every single number on the craps tables. And I was like, fuck. Like, I thought I was a baller at 25. There's always going to be someone better than you. With more money, bigger dick, whatever you want to say. So, just put that shit behind you. Alright? You're going to get outskilled. Doesn't matter how skilled you are. There's still going to be someone better than you. So put your ego in the fucking trash. It doesn't belong in Overwatch. The only thing it'll do is get you killed. So don't get salty. Keep a positive mindset. I cannot stress that enough. But let's see you get flamed. Fuck it. Let's see Salty Penguin. Alright, already you're way too far up. Turn on my volume. Alright. For some reason, I don't got any volume right now. Alright, first of all, and this is just lower SR strategy, is you guys try to hold this first point, or this first corner. Don't do it. Don't ever do it. It's not worth it. They have too much of a spawn advantage. It's not worth doing anything. Alright, then that was risky as hell. You weren't even looking to your right. I mean, you're not doing terrible. Oh, this is muted? I was listening to a YouTube video the entire time. Okay. So, but don't worry about it. And mute people if you get upset. At this SR, even at my SR, being not upset is more important than teamwork. I would say your positioning here is greedy. Again, lower SR, you guys are going to hold up a little bit more, farther up. I don't mind. That's actually a good trap. If you did keep the ability to, if you do have the ability to get up this close, like get up that close and then get out. Oh, you got stuck. Nothing you can do about that. What do we got? What do we got? So at that time, like, when you died there, and, like, while you're dying and you're thinking about why you died, trying to not get angry, like, you just got a bomb stuck to you. There's not shit you can do. Alright, you got the Ana, but they're gonna get the point. A little bit unneeded to do any of this. Just because they got the point. The spawn advantage is so in their favor. Unless you get like a bunch of dope kills. But you don't. Yeah, it's like it's cool if you can pull it off. I understand. It looks great. You feel great. Oh, you're looking at some tips about Junkrat. But just think risk versus reward. That's a constant percentage going in my head. Is it worth it? Even if I am as cool as I think I'm going to be, is it even worth it if it doesn't work? Because most likely it's not going to work. I don't mind that. It's all good moves. Not much you can do about that ult. So you're still playing a little bit greedy. I understand you were pressured when the Winston came in. Can we get a Reinhardt, you ask? Just play back more. Realize what variables are in your control and which variables are not. Team composition. Now, see, that's good play right there. Get behind the Reinhardt, take down his shield from behind. Maybe a little bit too much focused on him, but yeah, you can't do anything now. Yeah, the problem was he was getting healed with Ana. Not much anyone can do about it. Yeah, that was just superior teamwork. Can you Zen? Fuck support. I'll get Tracer for you. Man, I love these fucking talks. Your team's great. So good, you get back. Good. This is more the spot where you want to play as Junkrat. You suffer no fall off damage. That was a good fucking great Mei wall. You mess up on the jump a lot of times. 2 times, whatever. You got the Mercy. That's worth it. Just straight up, that's worth it. Alright, everything's stabilized. You should get in a position that's advantageous to you. Yep, you get up here, throw a trap. Good fucking job. Alright, and now you need to get some information. This is a form of information gathering. Okay, so something's out there. You hit something. I didn't see if you gained charge for it or not. No, you're hitting the shield. So yeah, okay, there's the Reinhardt. Yep, just stay on that shield. Pop him up. That's good. This is all good stuff. There's a Tracer below you. Just don't worry about the Tracer. Just focus on the front. Let your team handle the Tracer. I know you don't like doing that, but do it. So yeah, this is good. This is a good solid play right here. You're just holding the line. You are correct, Moxie. You are 1000% correct. That's why I said, like, why I talked so much about that double jump and why he was focusing in on it. Like, he saw the double jump as something cool to do. So he was trying to do it. And he saw me have great success with it. So I can understand you wanting to do that. But he focused too much on the jump. Just as, like, he focused too much on the skill. And I think that's a issue with lower rank stuff. That maneuver I actually don't hate, believe it or not. I know you probably thought, like, hindsight, you're like, oh, that was stupid. But if you could have made it to the other high ground, that's actually very, very strong. You could have made it to the other high ground and ulted. I don't know if that was your plan, but if it was, that's what I would have done. It takes time. Good shot. It takes time, but sometimes you have to understand that sometimes the safest place is deeper in. But back to the low SR valuing skill above everything else. Yeah, it's... Trust me, to get better, it's less mechanics. It's less mechanics, and it's more decision-making position. Making the correct decision with information that you get. It's not only people have seen it more, it's that they're more... They've seen a lot more. They've dealt with a lot more. They know how to correctly adapt to the situation. 2, they have the skill, so straight up, they may just kill you. They realize it's a greedy play. There's just a lot of things that... Yeah. Can you tire here? Yep, good. Good. Aim for the trap guy. Okay. You should get this. I hope you get this. Okay, good. I think your play was fine. Like I said, I don't like talking about classes or accuracy. I think you did everything correctly. I think you're on the right path. Yeah. So you said you were upset this game. Maybe it happens this round, but that last game, that last section, I didn't see any of that salt. I didn't really see you too upset. Played defensive. You played correctly. You did well. You were a little bit upset on that second point, but I don't know if you put it behind you or you just like, fuck it, I'm listening to music, I'm not listening to my teammates. Whatever you did, it's fine. And now they're threatening you? How dare they? How dare they? Alright, this is... Alright, Penguin. I don't know how old you are, but let me tell you a little about bullies. Just mute them. It's online, you can just mute them, don't worry about them. The more you talk with them... Alright, I always think this is funny. You ever see people, like, arguing, and, like, someone's friend will come in to be like, oh, don't argue with him. You're just stooping down to his level. It's better to not even play the same game. And like they think they're better than them at that point. Like, oh, you're better than this. The problem is you're saying you're better than them at that. So you're still playing the same game by being all high and mighty. I think this is fucking hilarious because everyone says this. They're like, oh, I'm better than that guy. Well, you're still playing the fucking game if you're better than him. Just don't play the same game at all. Like, don't play the game. Just don't even worry about them. If these people are that upset about a Junkrat, let them be upset, dude. Because they're not going to be happy. They're just venting out their anger at something else. And if they don't want to play the same game as you, fucking they can play, you know, whatever. League of Legends, whatever crap game out there. Good shot. Good shot. Doing things correctly. I like that. I like that. There you go. I was about to say do that, but you did it. Like, this is all, like, this is stuff I would do. I see nothing wrong with this play. Taking a fight with the Zarya. Oh, you got her trapped. Oh, that sucks. I hate when you throw a trap when someone is trapped. Yeah, going up there, contesting. Yeah, don't fight so much up there. Respect the class, remember? Respect the hero, not the player. Can an Ana snipe you up there all the time? Then yeah, snipe him. Or then get out of there. Right? You're in a vulnerable spot. Sometimes you say boo your else focus. At the end of the day, all you can do is focus on your own play. Oh, don't say you can report them. Now you're talking. Now you're into it. See? But you said you got salty. You said you got salty. You guys held that third point, too. It wasn't bad. But don't worry about it. In fact, we gotta not worry about it so much, we're not even going to talk about it. So you guys get the point. Good job. Plenty of time on the clock. You're doing well. And so right now your play, it was great. Well, it wasn't great. It was good. Like, there's nothing wrong. Good kill on the Tracer. Maybe you saved a Reinhardt there. Like, see, this is all good plays. I like the thought. Execution was off, but that thought was good. I believe there's a soldier behind you guys. Yeah, I thought something was behind you. I can't. There's no sound, and I could just tell there's something behind you. And that gives you any question about game sense. It's just like you can just feel it by watching a match. I like getting the fuck out of there. That's stellar. Yeah. Your whole team died, you're gonna die anyways. Yeah, your play, like, I really wanna reinforce that. I know a lot of people do reviews and they focus on what's wrong or where people fucked up. I like to start out by just, like, you're doing good, man. Don't, whatever anyone else says, fuck them. You're doing good. Now you just have to, value my opinion more than theirs. So it's whatever you think I'm worth. That's what I'm worth. All right, you notice the tracer up there. Good job. I like that because that fucked up his chart. I mean, he's still got someone. But if you see a Reinhardt charge and you can just send him in the air, then do it. Knocked him away. Ah, damn. I was gonna say you saved your team with that, but Farah followed it up. Due to VOD, they didn't have kill feed on nor allied health bars, and cutscened all their death respawn and come back to position. Weird and bad. Huh. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, here you go. Finally. Yeah, you take another go at this. You're gonna go contest the Pharah? Oh, it'd be boss if you did. Trap below. Alright, your team has that. Okay, alting. Yep, this is good. Now there's a Pharah above you. Chasing that fucker down. That's, if nothing else, because it's funny. Alright, good. Yep. This is, still good play. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with knocking the Reinhardt around. Trap, a little unconventional, but still, it's fine. You kind of move the trap up. Get a kill. Now this is good Junkratting. Notice how no one's paying... Oh, okay. Someone finally paid attention to you. And you can just sit back and no one pays attention to you, and you can just keep doing your damage, that's good. The only critique I have on this entire, that tracer's coming for you. Yeah. She's going right behind you. Yep. Yep. Got the health back, she's going right. Yep. One shot's good, though. The one critique is you did have a lot of time to... You were fighting that point for a long time. And what that tells me is you could have had a chance to get the high ground. And on that point, specifically, you get the high ground, you get the choke point. But I think you did well. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse from you. Straight up Penguin. I expected a lot worse from you. But you did fine. Your mechanics were well done. Again, give you the Chro pyramid. Oh, that's a shitty pyramid. We got info down here and action up here. Like, I think your mechanics are coming along. Your mechanical skills there. You have good aiming. And then when we start going down this pyramid, you start getting a little weaker, which in turn makes all of it weak. Epile. That's what we'll call this. Epile. Your positioning and your logistics were a little rough. Like when you're trying to fight the Ana one-on-one, like you're not gonna fight a hit scan at that range. I think that just has to deal with. I don't know if you were salty or whatnot, but respect the hero. Don't not respect the person, but respect the hero rather than what the player can do with the hero. I know you're diamond and you think a diamond guy may or may not be able to hit that, but you can't take that chance, right? You got chewed. Apply. Apply? Sure, apply. Yeah, why not? Fuck, that's good. It's dope, dude. Apply. Like decision making's here. Decision making is like in your logistics, right? Based on what are you gonna like? Based on what will lead you to where you want to be to do something, right? The route there, the decision making is. I mean, everything has decision making, but logistics is definitely getting where you need to, getting in the right spot, or getting to the right spot, right? It doesn't matter how fast someone is. If I'm already there, my positioning will lead me to my easy action. And this is why I can be. I mean, it's possible that some of you people are more mechanically skilled than me. Don't think I'm some fucking god, because I'm not. It's just because I position myself better that I make easier shots. Let's see here. Your defense on first point, it was just greedy. You were just out of position. Your position was lacking on that one. Your second one, you guys couldn't even get together. Your entire team was having a hard time getting together. But as soon as you got to the third point and you established the front, as soon as you established this standard protocol, you guys did really well. You handled the standard protocol like I would. You stayed up on the catwalk. You trapped the low ground. You held the mine. You reserved the mine for someone encroaching on you, and put out your feeler grenades. Right, you put out feeler grenades to give you information. That's another way to learn things. Another information gathering way. You did everything on that point that I would have. So I completely support everything once you're on that third point. You're good there. As for attacking, you're out of position on the first point when you're holding the high ground. And then the second point. The second point, the only thing I could critique is that you didn't take the high ground when you could have. Which would give you access to their choke, to their spawn. Which is better. Other than that, like, it wasn't a really bad second attack, man. Well, for being tilted, I think you did well. Yeah, you did really well, man. Like, you shouldn't be ashamed of this performance. Yeah, yeah, don't worry about it. I think you're on the right path. I think what you're doing is fine. I don't know if you want to play Junkrat a lot or whatnot, but if you want to pick other classes, then we can definitely do it. The reason why I like Junkrat is because he sits back. Right, here's the line. Here's the other line. I'm kind of like chilling back here. And because of this, I get a very wide scope of the field. So if there's a flanker or a flanker, I see it. I see everything. Which I really focus on the information part. So getting this defensive back position. Also, Junkrat, he has a way to attack anywhere on the map, which supports my defensive information gathering needs, and he has the remote mine to create space in case someone encroaches him. Like I love what the class is. I love what Junkrat is. It's fucking, it's the skill set I would always want. High skill ceiling, glass cannony, all based on skill. But yeah, it's because I like this way far back, wide view of the map that I can see everything going on and I can make decisions based on that. I prefer being able to make people predictable. So if I can shell this ground, even though it's useless, if that will force this guy over here, then I'll kill him. If I can force this situation, I will. I value predictability over everything else. But no, man, you're good. You're hella new to Junkrat at this time, then you're fucking great. Like, don't worry about that. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about this, dude. Good job. Give you a check. Check plus. Check plus. I don't have much more to say about this. You shouldn't be, like, work on your mindset. Mindset and information gathering. That's I hate it because I tell this to almost everyone. Like, I had a master rank player come to me, and he's like, Chro, I really want to be the best. He's like, I really want to try. He's like, you said you'd help me on Reddit. Just can you view this video and tell me what you think? And I told him the same shit I'm telling you, which is, your information gathering was bad. Your map sense, your map awareness was really rough. I was like, there was 3 points where he died, where I'm watching the video, and I was like, oh, he's dead here. I could hear it. It was Numbani, it was last point, and I heard a soldier walking above him. It was Numbani, here's where you capture the second point. Like, here's the third point. Like, you have to go like this. There's that balcony. He was underneath this, whatever this building is. And I heard a soldier's footsteps above him, and I was like, oh, that soldier's flanking you with the ult, and you killed like half their team with the soldier ult. I was like, yeah, you should have known that. Like, it's map awareness. I feel like it's a cheap ass thing to say to everyone. You're like, oh, you know what your issue is? Map awareness. Get better. But it's usually the truth. Aiming comes with time. Positioning comes with time. Being able to get to where you need to and having correct decision making on that is what is the underlying skill. Remember, with the apply pyramid, we focus on the underlying skills. Focus on something else. Yeah. And when you die, figure out why you died. I mean, sometimes you die because of skill. Like, sometimes you're not the best. That happens. It's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. Yeah. If you were too greedy and someone called your bluff, like, I think that's the hardest time to admit your failure. You're like, all right, look, like, all right, man, like, you caught me. I thought I could do stuff. I didn't do it. Killed me. Like, that happens. But just making sense of it really helps. I think that's all I'm going to be able to review tonight, though. I'm really tired. I got to get going. But Penguin, overall, like, I think you're doing fine. Stay on your path. I don't know what your rank is right now for Season 3, or if you have goals for Season 3, or if you're ever going to play, like, that much Overwatch. If you don't want to play Junkrat, if you want to play other classes, tell me. But Yeah. And you want to play other classes. I know a lot of people, I know I've only played Junkrat, but I can play the other classes. Uh, don't silo your skill set. For the love of fucking God, don't do that. Getting good at all classes will get you skillful at all the classless skills, which is the pyramid. Uh, more importantly, information. Getting good at all the classes, you work on the non-class specific skills, which is what it takes to get to be the best. You should have remote mined that fucker. This is all good. Yeah. My tips to you, play another class, send me a video. Play what class you think you're the best at or what you want to do. 1 win, 4 losses. That happens. Been maining Soldier, Reaper, and Junkrat. But I've been performing super well every game, so I'm not worried about the losses. Good. That's a positive mindset. Yeah. I mean, give me one of your Soldier games, if you don't mind. Why I say that is Soldier is also a long-range class. So Soldier would like to be right here on this map if you were defending. Soldier has a lot of things in common with Junkrat, believe it or not. Same thing with Widow. Actually, Widow and Junkrat, they're almost identical mindsets. That's why I love fighting Kepri or any good sniper. Oh man, that's so fun for me. To me that's a chess game. Because he has the ability to kill me, and I have to negate his distance with my oh man, it's just so fun. They're both superior, they're both really good at long range, but his is instant, mine's delayed. So I have to beat his delayed by being 2 or 3 seconds ahead of him, or beat his instant skill by being 2 or 3 seconds ahead of him. So I find it super fucking fun. But Soldier's a long-range class, so I enjoy talking about those. It also gives you the ability, long-range classes focus on information. Because you have more time for someone to come here, to come over here and to breach you, or up, like if it was a Winston. Yeah, defensive classes, long-range classes, good for working on information gathering. Give you more time to make decisions. It's easier at lower levels to do that. Thanks, Furby. If you got a video, Furby, I will fucking shit talk you and make you feel good about it. But yeah, that's what I got for that. All right, shoot me that VOD. We'll maybe review it tomorrow. Before I end for the tonight, Zeno, you there, you son of a bitch? Zeno, calling you out. Zeno. Zeno, how you doing? Tell me about your Overwatch experience. Have you been doing what I told you? You'll do it after your placements? Okay, yeah, no, dude, don't worry about it. No rush. Do it when you feel comfortable. So, Zeno, what I told Zeno to do, so I'll just highlight what I told Zeno last time. I'm kind of coaching him, if he would call me a coach. That Zeno was having a problem in no man's land. So here's the line, right? There's the point. There's the 2 lines set up. Zeno was being Tracer, and he was like going in here and here, which is wrong, right? Because you're gonna die from like normal fire. Like everyone's shooting this way, so he would like run in here and come out here, and he'd do some weird stuff. This no man's land, like he would just die because someone else was shooting at a teammate, and he would just get in the way. So I told him, I was like, all right, man. First of all, stay out here. Only go in when you think you can go in, and if you can't get it within like 3 to 4 seconds, get the fuck out. Like, oh, you overstayed your welcome, just get out. Re-evaluate the situation. Like, gather your information again and go again. Okay, so when we talk about the pyramid, this is the best fucking part. If you guys want to think about this, let me oh god, this is my fucking favorite part of this theory. I thought this through really well. Like, not to be cocky. So you have information, statistics, position, action. Before you get to this point, so right here, like, if Xeno's right here as Tracer, he's going to go through this. You're going to look at everything, and then he's gonna get some information, and he's like, all right, there's a weakness over here. I'm going to go this way. And he figures out his logistics. This is the position he wants to get this kill, and the kill is to kill. Now he does all this. Xeno does all this fucking perfectly, but guess what? Guess what? This doesn't happen. This action did not work out. So he gets out. And now he's here. Guess what, guys? Fucking go back to the bottom of this fucking pyramid. You get your information again. And you do this shit a fucking again. Alright, gotta get to there. I gotta go this way. I'm gonna place myself here, and I'm gonna shoot at this guy. And guess what happens? While he's in, like, the position phase, he gets right here. You're in position, Xeno. Guess what? Back to this. Back to fucking information. You notice something's out of whack. For some reason, their tanks are up here. Maybe their support's not looking too supporty. Right? Maybe this guy kind of moved up. And you gotta start this whole fucking thing again. This is a scientific method for gaming. You keep reevaluating this, and eventually... Okay, here's the thing, guys. Oh, this is so good. This is so fucking important. Skill, at first, will seem mechanical. You'll be like, oh, now I have to do this, 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 and this. You're like, shit, man. Chro, I don't have time to do this every fucking time. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, Xeno. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and do it. And it's going to feel super mechanical. But over time, it becomes organic. I cannot stress this enough. Just shut the fuck up. Why do I tell you to do this? Because this is how humans learn. I don't know the guys in America. I don't know, like, where my viewers are from. But as children, we're given these fucking pieces of paper. They look like a road. And they'll be like a highlighted A. This is how we learn our alphabet. Like, alright, draw an A. And you're like, A. B. And you do these really big blocky letters. And it feels very mechanical. But by the time you're like 16, you develop your own cipher with your handwriting, right? I'll show you how I write the. That's actually really close to my actual handwriting. That's how I write the. It's super organic now, right? This is how humans learn. You have to do something that's a mechanical part, and through the process of doing it over and over and over, it becomes organic. Right, like, no one would say, this looks like a fucking hieroglyph. Like, what is this? This is the picture. Like, no, it's the. Fuck. Blind? So yeah, so don't worry about this process feeling mechanical at first. It becomes very natural. And it's just the process of decision making. It's actually really simple. It's something everyone does innately. But having it spelled out really helps. I'll admit I'm struggling with the information gathering, though. It's a lot to take in at once. Calm your mind. So I know that's a fucking thing to say. Calm your mind. When you're looking at the battlefield, all right, if you guys want to hear Zeno, if you want another book to read, read the Tao Te Ching. It's a Taoist book. It's really good. But the Taoists, the guys who did the yin yang symbol, these guys, uh, they came up with some fucking weird ass theories. And the one idea is if you observe something, if you actually see something, you're observing this. If you think about it, if you are actively observing it, uh, you're not actually seeing it for what it is, right? Because it's going through your mind and it's getting processed, and you're like, oh, the Zarya has short hair. The Reinhardt has armor on. Well, that's your prejudice as a human being from looking at it and judging it, right? So actually, the only way to observe things as they truly are is to not think about anything and just with a soft gaze look at it. Like, be mindless. To calm your mind. This is a crazy-ass theory, but this is what I use in gaming. Is that I see stuff, and I see where things are, and I don't judge it. I don't think about it, it is. There are things here, and they're doing this. Like, they're going this way, this is going this way, this is going this way. If I actually think about it and try to filter all this knowledge, it takes too much. It's too much to process. I just look at it, I understand what's going on, and then I do what I want. That takes fucking time. This is really hard to do. It's actually what I enjoy doing a lot. You take in a lot of information at once, and then you just do something. If you ever see me just do something randomly, it's because my subconscious has told me something is happening and I need to do something about it. It's hard to do. What do? Meditation. Meditations, you know. That's what you gotta do. Focus on unfocusing. Same shit. With the soft mind, just look at it. Don't worry, just look at it. Hold on, let me recheck. I can only count a certain number of them, but some of them are missing. But I have no idea where on earth they are. What do? Don't think about where they are. Or how about this? This is what I do, Zeno. Think about the worst place. The worst place you can think of for them to be, and plan for that. This is where you have to infer. If you saw someone here, and they were kind of walking this way, and then you lost sight of them, they're probably in this general area. So you just have to be wary of this general area. I don't focus on like, oh, they are right here, or they are right here. I never focus on that. I'm just like, oh, they're over here. Now this area just gives me like an iffy feeling. I don't like being over here. As soon as I see them and they're like, oh, they're right here, it's like, oh, okay, now I feel better. I'm like, all right, so they're over here. And now maybe I lose their sight, so I'm like, all right, they're over there. Maybe they're more forward now. Maybe I don't want to go this far forward anymore. I'll just chill right here. I don't worry about where they are exactly. I worry about the area around them. Yeah. Don't worry so much like this is. It's funny. You're worrying about the top of the pyramid, right? You're worried about where they're exactly at. But what's more important is if they're doing the same thing, you're more worried about the general area they're in. And also, information gathering, you have to learn about people and how they move and where they're going to go. I mean, if your whole team's over here, you have to understand, if you saw a guy going this way, but he saw your whole team, probably not going to be over here. Probably going to be, like, right over here. And this is a lot to take in. I'm throwing, like, the whole fucking book at you, Zeno. Like, sorry if I throw everything at you at once, but, like, I kind of dump my knowledge on people, and after a lot of time, you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. I believe by teaching and immersion. So if like if you wanted to learn a language, go to that country and stick in that country and learn it. That's what you're struggling to do right now. You're going to be struggling for a while. Just stay calm, and every time you die, like think about what you thought. You're like, what did I think? And then, what actually happened? Like, what was the truth? And study the disconnect between the two. Miss having wards in the minimap. Okay, you will always lack exact information, Zeno. You will always lack exact information. Don't. You're probably worrying about where the guy is exactly at. Just worry about his generalness. If there's a McCree over here, I'm like, all right, I can see a McCree everywhere, like outside of this pillar. So he's probably around this pillar, let's say. Well, what's McCree's effective distance? This. Let's just say this, for whatever reason. I'll fucking skate around here. I will skate around here until his little pretty ass shows himself, and then you get the exact information. Right? Just worry about the generalness. As you worry about the generalness, like maybe right now you feel like McCree's effective range is this. As you get better, it becomes this, and this, and this. That's how pros... This is how pros do really cool shit. So at first, these X's are just X's, right? Whatever. And you're like, all right, they control... I'm going to get rid of this point. Like, they control this area. How? This is beginner. Right? They control this area. Don't go anywhere over here. And what beginners will do is they'll just jump straight in and they'll die or something will happen. Like, they'll just throw themselves in, which is a good way to learn. Now, the intermediate guy is going to be like, all right, this is a McCree, so his area is like this. But these are tanks. So their area of effect's like this. But this is a Roadhog, so he's actually really deadly around this area. And this is a Tracer, so it doesn't really matter. And you're like, okay, so now, instead of this big box, you're like, oh, I'm actually safe right here. This is intermediate. Then, you get to the fucking hard one. You're like, alright, this is a Roadhog. His area of effect's like this, but it's only facing one direction. So his area of effect is like this. It's like this. This guy, he's looking around a lot, so maybe it's kind of like that. McCree has a good grasp and he has good movement, so his is like this. This guy's looking this way, so his vision's only like this. And that's how you see these Genjis. Like, they'll just fucking dash in here. No one's looking at them. They'll kill this guy. This bubble goes away. And then you're like, what the fuck? And then he kills this guy because he's not looking at him, and he kills this guy. And you're like, how does he do that? Like, he didn't, like, think of this. He just saw an opening, right? He saw someone not paying attention to him, and he saw a hole right here. And that's how he got there. And then he killed this guy, and then that created another hole that killed this guy, and that created another hole that killed another guy. That's advanced. This is as fucking advanced as you can get. Because this information changes on a dime. If this guy looks this way, you're fucked. You lose. You're dead. It's super difficult. But it's what the best do. That's why you don't want to focus on it. The best focus on that. And they didn't focus on it. What they did is they went through every stage. They went through the beginner and the intermediate and the advanced stage. Right? They wore this circle down to where they could be that good. You're at the beginner stage. So you got to work with big generalities. don't worry about not having. Don't worry about not having exact information, Zeno. You have to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Um, I'm not doing all junk season 3. No, I'll be playing other classes, but there's still gonna be a lot of junk. Goku. I suppose that if I give yourself that time limit of about 6 seconds, that goes away. That's okay, Goku. It's a reasonable question. But Zeno, just don't worry so much about it, and just play. Like, just play and see what you think. And here's the thing: you're gonna be wrong, so you're gonna lose. Well, you're not gonna lose. You're just gonna maybe you'll die every now and then. Maybe you'll get away with something. But like, what you're doing is you're in the process of throwing stuff on the board and seeing what sticks. And what sticks is probably good. What I mean by that is like what sticks is probably like you learning more. And as soon as you keep on throwing, you throw so much stuff at this board, you're like, all right, this McCree, like you start understanding the McCrees, what they can do. You see what tracers can do. You see what other classes can do. How to fight each one. That's where you get the specific skills at. So just keep trying, keep playing. Don't get frustrated. Keep a clear mind. You'll get the hang of it. Trust me. You have to have faith in me. If you accept me as your coach, one thing like, don't worry about. Just don't worry about it. You'll have to believe me, have faith in me, and you will eventually get there. The information is the most important part, and it's the most difficult part. But just keep analyzing the situation. And I know this is going to take time at first. It's going to take time for you to think about it, and that's why I said play a defensive class. So you have that time. By defensive, I mean like a long range class. You have this much time, this much distance they have to cover for you to make a decision based on. Okay, apply it, but don't like. It's still gonna take time. It's still gonna be rough. I'm pre-warning you. It's for whatever reason, like unknowingly I developed this method, uh, pyramid method, over the course of my childhood, essentially, and my life. I'm 31 now. 31. I started playing games when I was like 11. I got 20 years of playing games in this type of scenario where it's just like they throw information at me and I gotta parse it. And here's the thing, because back in the day we didn't have we couldn't bitch about the game. Right? You couldn't be like, oh, this is unbalanced, yada yada yada. What you had to do is you had to deal with it. And I am inferior mechanically. I will tell you this right now. Compared to the pros and the other top 500 people, my mechanics are the worst. My mechanics are bad. But I make up for it with keen this. Why I'm so good at this is because I've always been shit at mechanics when I was a child. In Quake 2 and whatnot, when I first started playing games. And the only way I could win is by being faster than people and getting in position faster. My logistics and positioning was really good. But more importantly, my information gathering was fucking good. And I had to develop this because I couldn't bitch on the forums. We had no forums. We had no game. There's no balance. There was just the game. You had to get good. I didn't have mechanical skill. What was I left with? Well, what I developed is this way of information gathering and getting positioned so you can win. So you don't have to depend on mechanical skill. All right, like I'm just a subpar human at video games, and to make up for it, I have to do it intellectually. And at first, I was shit at video games. I was not good. I got my ass kicked. I still do. But I keep learning. I keep learning and learning and learning and learning. Intelligence is your rate of learning, not what you know. No problem, Penguin. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for supporting the stream. Thanks again for the art on my offline. Like, that helps out so much. So, Penguin, you're always welcome here. If you ever need feedback, critiques, if you ever want to talk about Overwatch or whatnot, this place is your home, dude. Thank you. It applies to everyone else too. If you ever get shit on, get pissed off, people are yelling at you, fuck them. Come here, I'll yell at them. Yeah, Zeno, this is you're trying to take my 20 years of knowledge in like 2 weeks. So, hey, it'll come in time. Don't worry about it. Ugh. Just worry about getting better. Chronalysis. Oh, that's a fucking great one. Before I wrap things up, dealing with Torbs. I shoot him in the face. I take his little fucking gun. I break off the turret. Put his ugly little dwarf face in there. What about Torbs? Yeah, guys, I invite all of you to do it. Time Lord, whatever. Torb is a direct counter to flanking heroes. Hmm. Yeah, Torb's put... Alright, so Torb's turret is, it's usually off-center, around a corner. Essentially right where you want to be as a flanker, right? I agree. So what do you do as a flanker when there's a turret in the area you want to flank? The funny thing is the bad part about the turret isn't the damage it does to you, it's the fact that it alerts everyone to your presence, and it doesn't miss. You know, it's that blue laser that points at you. That's hard to deal with. I think... So, each class can deal with it, but I think what you're looking for is a strategy of how to deal with it. Better to push with it, better to take it out solo. My general feeling on that is to take it out with your team. If you try to do it solo, Anubis. Here's the bridge. Goes down this way, points here. Here's the building. Here's that weird ass little wraparound deal. Here's the high ground. Stairway. The archway with the thing in the middle. Right, and this thing's up. Whatever. This is Anubis. So Torb, he has this, like, his turret will be on the high ground here or the high ground over here, and that's your problem, right? The problem is your team going to be here? Or they're going to be here? Problem is, fucking turret's way over here. Look at this distance. If you attack this alone, you are alone. You have no help from your team whatsoever. And you don't know how many of their team's going to be there. We're going to assume more than one. We're going to assume 2, which puts you at a shit disadvantage. Because you got a turret, and you got a player, and you got like the Torb, and then you got probably another player. It's your disadvantage is so immense here, I would say it is not worth to attack it solo. Now, if you get a chance, for whatever reason, if it's just you and the turret, take it. I would take that chance. If it's just you and the turret, I would attack it. But most of the time, Torbs are smart, believe it or not, and they'll be watching their turret, or their teammates will be watching their turret. It's hard to attack into it. So because of this distance, it's 500. I don't know why I'm giving it a number. But let's say this is 500. It's too far away for you to solo. You're so far in. Remember, like, they control this area, right? They control fucking everything. Hell, they even control, like, this part. Like, all your team has is this little fucking alleyway. Like, you can't do much. You can't fight that type of power. There's too much working against you. Strategery, all that. It doesn't matter what. You could be fucking Sun Tzu himself and you can't do it. There's too much going against you. So it's best to support the team. Stick with the team. Support the team or do little flanks. Little flanks. Like, here. Attack here. Like, go up that little high, that hole in the wall that only vertical scaling heroes can get to and attack the other way. Or if your team's pushing here, like, flank up. It's not even really a flank, but just, like, dominate this high ground. Dominate this high ground. But don't go too far off. Do mini flanks. That's all I can say. Do smaller attacks. Right, Time Lord. But I want to stay away from that type of advice because that's based on class. And if I know Zeno, he is looking for an answer that is purely based on strategery and tactics. Meaning, no matter what class I play, well, no matter what class. Right now, we're talking about a flanker doing this, but we want to be class undefined. My general strategy, or my advice to you is, you can't do it. It is not. To do it would be so inefficient and so risky that it's never worth it. It's just not worth it. What I would do is I would support your team in killing 1 or 2 guys to weaken their map presence to this, in which case you and your team can then attack it. Because otherwise you're depending purely on your mechanical skill, which is okay to depend on at times. But it's bad to rely on it. It's okay to use it, but it's bad to rely on it. Okay? Don't rely on mechanical skill where you guys are at. At higher ranks, that when you're professional and you're playing for $100,000, then there are situations that you will throw yourself into where you understand where you're mechanically superior to them. Their position's worse than you, and your skill is better than them, so you should win a fight. Then it's okay to do this, but you guys aren't here yet, alright? Like, you're just not. You're not playing for fucking trophies and shit. Yeah. I would support the team. But, again, this comes at, again, the pyramid, information. If your information says this turret's alone, you can do it. But if not, if it's guarded, don't do it. That's my advice on that, Zeno. If you accept that as an answer right now. That's as good as I can do. I haven't thought about it too much, right? I'm giving you kind of off the seat of my pants kind of answer, but that's what I got to say about that. Okay, yeah. And here's the thing, you know, when you do this, like, Every now and then, just tell yourself that you're wrong and I'm wrong, and try it. Right? Try it. I mean, every now and then, you just gotta prove yourself wrong. 100%. You're like, alright, I can't do this. You're like, maybe I can do this like this way, and maybe I can do that or do something. And like, it's good to figure things out and to try different things, and then to fail and to realize like I can't figure it out, or maybe it's possible, but with my mechanical skill, I am unable to do this, so I can't provide the strategy. But in the back of your head, you have to remember, all right, like if someone asks, I would tell them like I can't do it, but mechanically, like if you had time, then maybe it's possible. Like maybe there's a shred of hope. But if you don't have the skill, then, you know, it's a different game for you. I mean, there's always the choice to go Pharah and outrange it, you know. Junkrat, bounce it off a wall. But those are really class specific answers, and that's what a lot of people answer in Overwatch when it comes to analysis. They don't do it like me where I talk about tactics and strategy. I talk it very vague and general and big concepts. Most people just talk about like, oh, like this is their knowledge. Like, not, I don't want to talk shit about people, but like their knowledge is like very small. They're like, go Tracer, go Pharah, do X and Y, and it's like, no. Let's talk about the big fucking picture. Like, how can we make turrets not matter? Because then whenever you pick a Torb, he's just out here. It doesn't matter. He's not within the game. But yeah. Yep. Oh. Yeah, that's it, man. I gotta go. I got work like in 5 hours or 6 hours now. I thought I was only gonna talk for an hour, but I've been talking for like an hour and a half. I'll highlight it. I'll put it on Twitch. Maybe I'll put it on YouTube. Yep. So with that, if you got any more questions, talk to me tomorrow. Yep, no problem, man. Thanks for the questions. Yep, Penguin. No problem. Anytime, man. Anytime. Always glad to help you guys. With that, I bid you adieu. Good night.